Welcome to Philosophy, the Art of Life, where timeless wisdom meets everyday living. Today, we journey through Albert Einstein's life, not just as a scientist, but as a dreamer, learner, and philosopher. Through his untold stories and 7 inspiring quotes, we'll uncover the wonder that shaped his genius, and let us begin. Albert Einstein, as a young boy, was handed a simple compass by his father. At first, it seemed like a toy, but when he tilted it, the needle stubbornly stayed pointed north. Why didn't it move with the rest of the compass? What invisible force was guiding it? That question ignited something in him, a relentless curiosity to understand the universe. Decades later, Einstein would say, "The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing." For him, questions weren't just tools for discovery, they were the essence of being alive. His journey reminds us that the best questions often come from a place of wonder, not certainty. What's a question you've been holding back lately? Maybe it's time to let your curiosity take the lead. After all, every great discovery starts with a simple why. And so, curiosity paved Einstein's path, but imagination gave him wings. As a teenager, Albert would often sit by the river near his home, staring at the sunlight bouncing off the rippling waves. He imagined himself riding on a beam of light, wondering how the world would look if he traveled at its speed. That daydream eventually led to the theory of relativity, a discovery that changed how we understand space and time. He once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge tells us what is, but imagination shows us what could be." Einstein didn't see imagination as frivolous. He saw it as the birthplace of all innovation. So, what if you gave your daydreams a little more credit? Maybe the ideas that seem impractical today are the seeds of something extraordinary tomorrow. Remember, even Einstein's groundbreaking ideas started as light-filled fantasies by a quiet river. Let us now pause for a moment and talk about mistakes. Einstein wasn't always a celebrated genius. In fact, when he was a young researcher, many of his papers were rejected by scientific journals, but instead of giving up, he kept refining his ideas, treating each failure as a lesson. He believed that mistakes weren't setbacks, they were stepping stones. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new, he said. It's easy to think of Einstein as someone who got it right all the time, but his life tells a different story, one of persistence and resilience. Imagine the courage it took to challenge the most established ideas of his time. So the next time you stumble, think of Einstein sitting in a cluttered room, surrounded by crumpled notes, and remember that failure is just part of the process. And speaking of challenges, did you know that Einstein spent years working a mundane job at a Swiss patent office? While reviewing inventions for hours on end, he had little recognition, no big academic title, and a modest paycheck. Yet, it was during these quiet hours that his best ideas were born. He often reflected, "Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler." Einstein would strip complex problems down to their core, searching for the purest form of truth. That clarity helped him see what others couldn't. What about you? Is there a problem in your life that feels overwhelming? Maybe the answer lies in simplifying, breaking it down until you see the heart of it. Einstein's time at the patent office teaches us that brilliance isn't about grandeur, it's about finding clarity in the ordinary. Einstein wasn't just a thinker, he was a deeply reflective human being. He believed that peace, whether in personal relationships or among nations, was built on understanding. During World War II, after fleeing Nazi Germany, he became an advocate for peace and global cooperation. Despite witnessing the horrors of war, he remained firm in his belief: peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. Imagine Einstein, a refugee with no homeland, using his voice to promote unity in a fractured world. His words remind us that true resolution comes not through power, but through empathy. Are there conflicts in your life where understanding could bridge the gap? Einstein teaches us that peace isn't a grand gesture. It starts with small acts of listening and kindness. And let us now shift to Einstein's love for nature, a passion that few people know about. When he wasn't solving the mysteries of the universe, he loved escaping to the mountains. He'd spend hours walking in the fresh air, lost in thought, inspired by the rhythms of the natural world. He once said, "Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better." For him, nature wasn't just beautiful, it was a teacher. The way water flows around obstacles, the way the stars move in the night sky, it all held wisdom. Einstein believed that many of life's answers could be found in nature's quiet lessons. Maybe it's time to reconnect with the natural world, to take a walk, watch the clouds, or listen to the rustle of leaves. Who knows what insights might come to you? And finally, let's talk about purpose. Despite his fame, Einstein believed that a life lived solely for oneself was empty. He spent much of his later years advocating for others, using his platform to fight for justice, equality, and human rights. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile, he said. Think of him as an old man, his hair wild, his eyes twinkling, not talking about science but about kindness. His life reminds us that our greatest legacy isn't in what we achieve, but in how we touch the lives of others. So, who can you help today? Sometimes the smallest gesture can ripple outward and change the world in ways we'll never see. Einstein's life wasn't just about equations or theories. It was a testament to curiosity, imagination, resilience, and purpose. Which of these quotes spoke to you the most? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this journey inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe for more timeless lessons. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Until next time, stay curious, and remember, the simplest things often hold the greatest truths. And this is Philosophy, the Art of Life, signing off.